It is written.
Alright guys, so we've made it. This is the end of the road. This is the end of the leveling up process. I have reached the Prestige Master status that I really wanted to, and I made this video just to show you my create a class, just to show you my barracks, and just to discuss about those things, because I figured out that since I've maxed that game out, I want just to share my class setups and all that kinds of stuff that you might be interested in. So let's go on and see the create a class right now. And here I am having the AN94 class, which is my favorite class to use when I am in a tough situation, when I am in a difficult spot, when I find myself having a rough time in a game. I use this one because I find it really easy. I don't use it that much now because I tend to use other classes, I tend to try out other guns. But from the beginning I was using the AN94 as my favorite gun because it was my favorite gun, and it still is an amazing gun. Next up we have the PDW class, which is the class that I am casually rocking right now because I like to rock a really solid and amazing submachine gun as the PDW. Well, everyone is using it just to have a good gameplay, so why not me? And the thing that you have noticed is that I am having a killer combination of perks, and this is basically the secret behind all of my classes. It is me using 5 perks, and this is what I like to do. I like to go out, as you can see, I like to go out with those perks: the flak jacket, the ghost, toughness, dexterity, and tactical mask. This is a killer combination for me. I really love it. I don't like using lethals and tacticals. I find them kinda cheap for me. I find them kinda slower for me. They slow down my gameplay considerably when I use them, and that is why I don't like to include them in my creator class. So next up we have my favorite S&D class, which is the Scorpion Evo, and I use this class because Scorpion Evo is a really powerful gun. I wanted to get rid of my opponents in S&D really fast, and basically this is a class that I also use for trolling whenever I go on S&D. And next up we have the R870, the Remington, which is a class that I use in the Chaos Moshpit. This is not used in any other core playlist, this is not used in hardcore, this is only used in the Chaos Moshpit when I play on close quarters maps and when I am sure to hit guys in really close range, so this is why I use it. Next up is the M8A1 automatic, and basically I use it like that because it makes my life so much easier, and I sometimes use it on S&D at first rounds because I really want to see how it performs whenever I spray with it, or whenever I just want to use the select fire attachment, just go burst mode on them. And on the first rounds you can go unsilenced. I mean, it's pretty obvious they do not have UAVs, so it doesn't really matter if you can go unsilenced or not, but I prefer to use it on the first rounds of search and destroy match. So next up we have the MP7. Well, when I first began playing this game, I believed that the MP7 was the best submachine gun for me, and this is why I used it in that particular class, and this class stayed intact up to now. I haven't made any considerable changes. Well, the only change that I could have made is that I could have taken out the silencer, and I could have put some kind of, the laser sight. So this is what I could change with that class during the whole prestiging process. Well, next up is the experiment class. Well, this class is what I use to fool around, what I use whenever I want to try different guns. So this is a work in progress, and let's take a closer look right now. I am using the M1216 right here, and I use different kinds of equipment, different kinds of perks. Well, this is a pretty much bullshit setup. This is not a setup that you used to own, but generally I use this to just unlock some attachments, to unlock some camos for a gun. Now, the next class right here, the SMR class, is kind of a peculiar one because at first it began like all the other experimentation classes that I have made. I wanted to include the SMR right there just to earn some camos for it, but then I realized that it is a powerful gun and it deserves a permanent spot in my creator classes. So yep, I wanted to really include that one in, so there it is again with the killer combination for me. And Next up is the Peacekeeper setup. Well, originally I didn't use the Peacekeeper with that perk setup. I used it with the casual perk setup that I used in the other classes that I have. But now I am using the Peacekeeper with that setup because I want to throw more lethals, I want to throw more tacticals with that class, and since I don't want to focus more on the soldier, I don't want to focus more on the gun, I want to focus more on the equipment on this class, so I only devote one class to the equipment, I only give one class to that, because I'm not really fond of the equipment in this game. Next up is the MSMC Rushing class, because this is a class I use whenever the PDW class or the MP7 class doesn't work, and it is just an alternative. There are three basic SMG classes that I use in core playlists. Well, of course there is the SND, which is another submachine gun, but I don't use it in most cases, and of course it is the Peacekeeper, which is again a select case weapon. I don't use it in every case. So this is it, guys, this is it for the creator class. Now let's head on to Barracks. Well, I am not beast, I'm not a beast of a player, and you will notice it when you see my Barracks. I mean, don't expect something crazy right here. Well, there we have it. This is the career right there. We've reached the Prestige Master maximum level at 8 days of casual gameplay. We have been playing for 8 days, we were having fun, and this is the result of it. So basically I have over 30,000 kills, and my KD ratio is 1.55. Well, when I first started to play this game, the KD was pretty much awful. It was 108. I think it was 104, close to 1 KD. I mean, it wasn't that good. It wasn't 103 basically. It wasn't 1.3, which I was going for in the previous Call of Duties. In the previous Call of Duties I had around 1.2 to 1.3 KD, so definitely Black Ops 2 is an improvement in my game. I have to say that I played quite better on this one, and generally I have some wins right there, and my win-loss ratio is really low, and I have an explanation for this one. I really don't care to bounce from a game. I can bounce from any game that I don't feel comfortable with, that I joined late, or that I'm not having a good time. Yeah, why not? I feel free to bounce, and I do not dashboard. I don't go to the dashboard, no transmission errors for me. I just back out, and this is what I pretty much do whenever I believe that the game is not working for me. So next up we have my score per minute, 327. It could have been better, but I play all modes. I am not a mode racist. I don't have a mode that I don't particularly like, and this is why I have a pretty low score per minute in S&D. I have a pretty low score per minute in other modes as well, and that is why the score per minute is like that. If I have never played S&D, if I have never played wager matches, let's say, then of course I could have had a better score per minute, but this is it, guys. So it is what it is. Let's move on. Combat summary. Well, sorry, too many headshots right there. As you can see, there are 3 games that I have consistently bounced, and yeah, I like to bounce. I'm a bouncy dude. So next up we have, yeah, the 3 relentless medals and 1 super kill. I wanted to get that ultra killer medal, but anyway. So this is the PDW, well, being my deadliest weapon. Then this is the AN-94, and then the MSMC. My deadliest score streak has to be the lightning strike. Well, yeah, it is my favorite score streak pretty much. And generally game modes. So on team deathmatch we have the most wins, because this is the mode that I mostly like, and then comes the kill confirmed, and this is a mode that has the potential to overcome the team deathmatch, because I play kill confirmed more than team deathmatch lately, and there are some things to notice when it comes to me playing something lately, and this surpasses the one that it was the greatest before. So let's just see the medals right here. Yeah, 3 relentless medals. I haven't gotten my nuclear yet, unfortunately. When I got a nuclear I would be really happy when I get it, and if I get a nuked out on a free-for-all, if I get a 30-0 on a free-for-all, I will really quit this game. No, seriously now, no joking. If I get a 30-0 with my gun in free-for-all, yeah, I am quitting this game. So basically this will not gonna happen, but generally I am just putting it out there. Next up we have the Ruthless medals, which are 14. merciless, bloodthirsty, and all that good stuff. All those medals down there, score streak medals, all that good stuff. So next up we have the weapons. Well, this is something interesting. Well, the first weapon with 5,134 kills is the PDW, and unfortunately I didn't want it to be there. I wanted it to always be second, because my favorite gun is right there. It is the AN-94, and this is the gun that I was mostly using, but in the last games I was using the PDW more, and this is why it showed up like that. So on the third place it will always be the MSMC, and yeah, it is an assault rifle between two submachine guns. Well, quite rare, not so rare. So let's just move on with the equipment, and yeah, my best equipment has to be oddly the frag grenade, but I'm not using many equipment, as you can see. I am not over 1000 uses of equipment with any of those things, so generally the only equipments that I haven't used are the claymores and the tactical insertions, basically because the tactical insertion is kinda cheap for me. I don't particularly like it. So there you have it. Next up, score streaks. Well, first of all, UAV. As always, I like using non-lethal streaks. Next up is the lightning strike, which has gotten me the most kills. And next up is the counter UAV. The third place goes to the counter UAV because I find it really useful, jamming the enemy radar, and well, one of the biggest tricks that comes on a really high place is the orbital VSAT. I like to get as many as I can, and yeah, as you can see, let me see if I haven't used any score streak yet. No, I have used all of them at least once. Yeah, one swarm. Well, what can you expect? I'm not the best of a player. So this is it, guys. This is it with the barracks. This is it. Okay, leaderboards. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is all that I have up to the Prestige Master status. We finally reached it. I'm happy about it. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys later. I am out. Peace.